Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Lalita Vishakha Jaya Radhesha, Lalita Vishakha Jaya Radhesha, Radhesha, Lalita Vishakha Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I welcome all the devotees for the evening Bhagavatam class. Today we will be reading from chapter 2, shloka 71. Before that we will do Mangalacharan. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshurunmlitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadakantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakarulam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansh Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagan Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sa Avadetam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakha Nimitansh. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Paramami Madipi Vancha Kalpatarubhyaksha Krapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vāsadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, we are reading from chapter 2, shloka 71. Vihāya kāmān yah sarvān pumāṁś carati niḥspṛhaḥ nirmamo nirahaṅkāraḥ śāntim adhigacchati. Vihāya kāmān yah sarvān pumāṁś carati niḥspṛhaḥ nirmamo nirahaṅkāraḥ śāntim adhigacchati. Vihāya kāmān yah sarvān pumāṁś carati niḥspṛhaḥ nirmamo nirahaṅkāraḥ śāntim adhigacchati.
Vihāya kāmān yah sarvān pumān carati niḥspṛhaḥ nirmamo nirahaṅkāraḥ śāntim adhigacchati.
Vihāya kāmān sarvān
Kāmān yah sarvān
pumāṁś carati niḥspṛhaḥ
pumāṁ carati niḥspṛhaḥ
nirmamo nirahaṅkāraḥ
nirmamo nirahaṅkāraḥ
śāntim adhigacchati.
śāntim adhigacchati.
Vihāya kāmānyah
Kāmān yah sarvān
pumāṁś pumāṁश्चरिते niḥspṛhaḥ
pumāṁश्चरिते niḥspṛhaḥ
nirmamo nirahaṅkāraḥ
nirmamo nirahaṅkāraḥ
sa śāntim adhigacchati
śāntim adhigacchati. Mataji. vihāya kāmān sarvān pumāns carati nirahaṅkāraḥ śāntim adhigacchati. Word meaning: vihāya, giving up, kāmān, material desires for sense gratification, ya, who, sarvān, all, pumān, a person, carati, leaves, niḥspṛhaḥ, desireless, nirmamo, without a sense of proprietorship, nirahaṅkāraḥ, without false ego, Sakha, he, śāntim, perfect peace, adhigacchati, attains. Translation and purport by Divine Srila Prabhupada. A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego, he alone can attain real peace. Please repeat after me. A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego, he alone can attain real peace. Purport: to become desireless means not to desire anything for sense gratification. In other words, desire for becoming Kṛṣṇa consciousness is actually desirelessness. To understand one's actual position as the eternal servitor of Kṛṣṇa without falsely claiming this material body to be oneself and without falsely claiming proprietorship over anything in the world is the perfect stage of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. One who is situated in this perfect stage knows that because Kṛṣṇa is the proprietor of everything, everything must be used for the satisfaction of Kṛṣṇa. Arjuna did not want to fight for his own sense satisfaction, but when he became fully Kṛṣṇa conscious, he fought because Kṛṣṇa wanted him to fight. For himself there was no desire to fight, but for Kṛṣṇa the same Arjuna fought to his best ability. Real desirelessness is desire for the satisfaction of Kṛṣṇa, not an artificial attempt to abolish desires. The living entity cannot be desireless or senseless, but he does have to change the quality of the desires. A materially desireless person certainly knows that everything belongs to Kṛṣṇa, Isa Vasham Idam Sarvam, and therefore he does not falsely claim proprietorship over anything. This transcendental knowledge is based on self-realization, namely knowing perfectly well that every living entity is an eternal part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa in spiritual identity, and that the eternal position of living entity is therefore never on the level of Kṛṣṇa or greater than him. This understanding of Kṛṣṇa consciousness is the basic principle of real peace. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. So we are in the end of this chapter 2, which Prabhupada in the last shloka mentioned that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has summarized this second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita as the contents of the whole text. So this second chapter is the summary of the entire Gita, and that this has been divided into 4 basically parts. This will be summarized as Gita. G means Guru Ashraya, I means identity, T means true dharma, and A means Atma-nivedan, self-realization. So we are into the fourth part, self-realization. In 2.54, Arjuna asks, what is the definition of sthit prajna? How does he walk? How does he moves around? How does he speak? He asked 3-4 questions he asked. So Kṛṣṇa started answering in 255. 2-3 shlokas are relevant to today's shloka. We will read that. 255, Kṛṣṇa says that this 255 first line is same as this today's shloka. Prajati yada kāmān sarvān. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification. In today's shloka also same thing is mentioned. There he was describing the characteristics of sthit prajna. Here it is mentioned how he kim vrajet, the last part of the shloka 54, how he moves around. He is answering that. Then in 261, he is that main crux of the entire thing which we are going to discuss today. Kṛṣṇa is saying that one who restrains his senses and fixes his consciousness upon me is known as a man of steady intelligence, who is sthit prajna. Basically, whose consciousness is fixed on me, mat pada. So Prabhupada mentioned in the last shloka, this Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga is explained in detail in chapter 2, but a glimpse of Bhakti Yoga is also mentioned. So in this 61 shloka, mat pada, Kṛṣṇa is giving glimpse of Bhakti Yoga, who can control his senses, who can be desireless, who has taken shelter of Kṛṣṇa. So this 61 shloka 61 gives glimpse of Bhakti Yoga. Then 66 again, here it is mentioned, how one can attain the peace. One who is connected to Kṛṣṇa, he can attain peace, and unless one attains peace, he cannot be happy. These are two parts of shloka 66. So whatever we illusion, this fulfillment of material desire is illusion. So, but we are the part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa, 15.7. From time immemorial, we are in this material world, but we are all part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa. So we have enjoyed eternal bliss. So we are not satisfied with this temporary happiness. We are searching for the happiness always. We are not satisfied with anything. Why? Because we have tested the real happiness. Padam tashtva nivartat. We have tested the supreme taste, supreme bliss. So that's why the soul is never satisfied. Body may be satisfied temporarily if we get something, but immediately after some time, we hanker for any other thing. New desire develops. So unless we have a higher taste, we cannot leave this lower taste. We cannot leave hankering for, desiring for material sense gratification. So this 259, Prabhupada is giving, Kṛṣṇa is giving this very basic principle. Unless we have a higher taste, we cannot leave the lower taste. So how to develop this higher taste, we'll be discussing in other things. In chapter 5, chapter 5, shloka desires makes us, when we try to fulfill desires, it makes us restlessness and unhappy. We just, whenever we try to fulfill our desires, we are all very anxious, restlessness. We are not in a peaceful condition. And as we discussed just now, once desire is fulfilled, another desire comes up. So we are always restless. We are in the state of restlessness, anxiety. So somebody may question ki if we are having a spiritual desire, then will not be restlessness. There are two types of restlessness. One is the restlessness of mind and one is the restlessness of heart. When we are having spiritual desire, we will also be anxious, like Yashoda Maiya. He is always anxious to serve Kṛṣṇa. He is always worried something may not happen to Kṛṣṇa. So that is only at the mind level. That is a very good anxiousness. But at heart we are very pleased. When we are doing and we are taking anxiety for Kṛṣṇa, it pleases us. Our soul, our heart is very pleased. Kṛṣṇa, so Srila Prabhupada mentioned in various places, we should always eager to take anxiety for Kṛṣṇa. We should not take anxieties for ourselves, but we should always be eager to take new and new anxieties. We should not be satisfied. We should not be peaceful. Peaceful is not a good situation. We don't want to be merged in that Brahmajyoti and we remain peaceful. Our bhakti, peaceful, though we are discussing, we should be peaceful, and if we have these three things, niḥspṛhaḥ, nirahaṅkāraḥ. But peaceful is a step towards happiness. Peacefulness is not a ultimate destination. Mental peace is not the ultimate happiness. We don't want mental peace. We want mental peace because we can free from material anxieties and we can serve Kṛṣṇa. So we have to take spiritual anxieties. We have to take anxieties. So no devotee who are advanced devotee is always thinking how we can please Kṛṣṇa more and more and more and more. He is always anxious to know how we can please Kṛṣṇa. All Brajvasis, you can take so many examples, full Bhagavatam is there, all devotees are always anxious to serve Kṛṣṇa. They are not anxious about themselves. They are always anxious to please Kṛṣṇa. That's why they take anxiety. So, this section, when we are discussing peace, peace means happiness. Ultimately, we are searching for happiness. Mental peace in itself does not take us to spiritual world. So this shloka is giving answer to Kim Vrajet. We again try to explain this thing in more detail. Three things we have mentioned: niḥspṛhaḥ, nirmamo, and nirahaṅkāraḥ. In Gita chapter 12, shloka 13 and 14, you might not be remembering, but Kṛṣṇa is saying, who is most dear to me? Again, we will read that in. Here, shloka 13 and 14 of chapter 12, which is Bhakti Yoga. From 12 to 20. This is also called Bhaktāṣṭakam. If anybody heard of this word, Bhaktāṣṭakam. There are 8 shlokas, Ashtakam. Kṛṣṇa is saying who are dear to him. There are 8 shlokas in which what kind of devotees are dear to him. In shloka 13 and 14, he is mentioning same word he has used, nirmamo, nirahaṅkāraḥ. Those are not possessiveness, and those who are devoid of false ego. They are very dear to me. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, nirmamo means that a devotee does not attach any importance to the pains and troubles pertaining to the body because he knows perfectly well that he is not the material body. He does not identify with the body. Therefore, he is freed from the conception of false ego and is equipoised in happiness and distress. He is tolerant and he is always satisfied, whatever comes by the grace of the Supreme Lord. So he does not desire to achieve something with great difficulty. Whatever he gets by normal efforts, he is always joyful. So whatever we have to do for the pleasure of Kṛṣṇa. The main definition of bhakti, can anybody tell where it is given? The main authentic, the best of the definition? Bhakti Rasamrita 111. Anya abhilashita sunyam jnana karmadi navadana. So what is mentioned? Anya abhilashita sunyam. We have to be devoid of all other desires. All other means except spiritual desires. We cannot be desireless, like Srila Prabhupada mentioned in the first line. So, Anya abhilashita sunyam. We have to free ourselves from all other desires. Jnana karmadi, even relating to jnana and that liberation, ashtanga, all that also desires are not good. That is a different topic, but we are not discussing today. There is a very good shloka about this in Chaitanya Chaitamrita Madhya Leela 19.149. Will totally apt for today's discussion. I want to read that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If anybody has mobile, can open Madhya Leela, chapter 19, shloka 149. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ateva Shant Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakali Ashant. Because a devotee of Lord Krishna is desireless, he is always peaceful. Fruitive workers desire material enjoyment, Jnanis desire liberation, and Yogis desire material opulence. Therefore, they are all lusty and cannot be peaceful. I am reading some part of the purport. Is where some good things Prabhupada mentioned. The devotee of the Lord Krishna has no desire other than serving Krishna. Even so-called liberated people are full of desires. The peace formula is given by Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita 5.29. We have already discussed. One who understands these three principles about Krishna, he immediately becomes Nishkam, Nirmamo, and same thing is in 5.2 Prabhupada in this Chaitanya Chaitamrita shloka mentioning these things. A Krishna Bhakta knows that his friend and protector in all respects is Krishna, who is able to do anything for his devotee. Krishna says, Kunteya pratijanahi name bhaktya pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare that my devotees never perishes. Since Krishna gives this assurance to the devotees, so a devotee has no desire for his personal benefit. The background for the devotee is the all good himself. Why should he aspire something good for himself? His only business is to please the Supreme by rendering as much service as possible. He is completely protected by the Supreme. Avashya Rakshasi by Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that he is desireless because Krishna will give him protection in all circumstances. A advanced devotee is always assured. In 18.66, I am discussing a few days back in Hindi lecture, there are 6 stages of surrender. One is complete faith that Krishna will protect me in all the things. Krishna will maintain me and Krishna will protect me. So when one is fully assured, like a child, he is fully assured that my parents will do whatever is right for me. So he is not worried. Similarly, if we have faith, if we are slightly advanced in devotion, so we have a faith that Krishna will take care of me in all circumstances, he will maintain me and will protect me. Then why should we desire for anything? Then we have to desire only for Krishna, to serve him. There is no separate desire for ourselves. Same thing Prabhupada mentioned that it is not that he expects any assistance from Krishna. He simply depends on Krishna. He is not expecting protection from Krishna. He knows Krishna will ultimately protect him. He is depending upon Krishna just as a child depends on his parents. The child does not know how to expect service from his parents, but is always protected nevertheless. This is called niḥspṛhaḥ, desirelessness. All those karmis, jnanis and yogis fulfill their desire by performing various activities, but they are never satisfied. They are never peaceful. They all, these yogis, jnanis, they use platform because they are not niḥspṛhaḥ. The conclusion is that only the devotees who are simply satisfied in serving the Lord can actually become desireless and happy. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says here, Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Atev Shant. Then again, this is the teachings Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving to Srila Rupa Goswami in chapter 19 of Madhya Leela. Again in 170, it's very important shloka is discussed, which is part of Bhakti Samaj Sindhu. Sarvopadi vinurmuktam tat padetvena nirmalam rishikeshana rishikesha sevnamam bhakti uchyate. Here Prabhupada is giving as devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of Lord. And the meaning of this sarvopadi vinuktam, Prabhupada is given as free from all kind of material designations and also free from all desires except the desire to render service to Supreme Personality of God. Sarvopadi vinuktam means all designations like nirahaṅkāraḥ, all false designations like I am this body, I am Englishman, I am Hindu, I am so and so, so and so. Free from all kind of material designations, identities, and free from all desires except the desire to render service to Supreme Personality. Then it is called sarvopadi vinuktam. When we are sarvopadi vinuktam, then our all senses will be nirmal, purified, and then we will serve with Kṛṣṇa and will attain real happiness. Prabhupada used to use a word in various parts. Kṛṣṇāt akhil cheshta means, akhil means all, sorry. Our all efforts should be for the pleasure of Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇāt akhil cheshta. Chaitanya Charidas, you must have heard of his name. Chaitanya Charidas, he is a quite a scholar and he has summarized this thing into 3-4 lines. I want to read his lines. Desire may never end, but it can have a perfect end when directed toward the one whose desirability has no end. Desire may never end, but it can have a perfect end when directed toward the one whose desirability has no end. This very endlessness of desire fuels the endlessness of delightful love. Endlessness of delightful love. Endlessness, not endless. Endlessness. This is, he is quoting Shloka 10.9 of Gita. When the devotees meet, what they do? Bodhyanti and Parasparam. They discuss about Kṛṣṇa and relish. Tushyanti ramanti cha and Bodhyanti Parasparam. The real endless happiness when they experience when they discuss about the qualities about of Kṛṣṇa. Let me read from this. It's very 10.9. A devotee enjoys endless happiness, endless bliss when they mutually discuss about the Kṛṣṇa's pastimes, about Kṛṣṇa. Bodhyanti. Mat chitta mat prana, mat chitta mat gat prana, bodhyanta parasparam, katyantasya mam nityam, tushyanti cha ramanti cha. The thoughts of my thoughts means desires, whatever they are thinking. They dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to me and my service. And they derive maximum greatest satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So when we association of devotee does not mean we talk about material things, prajalpa. That is not devotee association. When we associate with devotee, what should we do? Bodhyanti katyanti cha mam nityam. Bodhyanti parasparam katyanti cha mam tusham. Then they do like that. Then they will be tushyanti cha ramanti cha. That is the maximum satisfaction a devotee derives when they are discussing about Kṛṣṇa, when they meet. So, which we are very fortunate we have come into this under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. He has given a home where everybody can live. So which, but I am saying about myself. Even when we meet devotees, most of the maximum times we are discussing, not discussing Kṛṣṇa. We are discussing so many other things, but rarely discussing Kṛṣṇa. So at least in material life, what we are doing we should do. But in whenever we are with association with devotees, we should discuss about Kṛṣṇa. How to serve Kṛṣṇa, what are the qualities of Kṛṣṇa, how can we derive satisfaction by seeing Kṛṣṇa, like Radha Krishna, Prabhu was describing how to, so many devotees, how they see Kṛṣṇa, they derive satisfaction by seeing Kṛṣṇa, the beautiful face. So everybody has their own preferences. So when we share our experiences with each other, we get unlimited happiness. That is the thing this is Chaitanya Charan. He is a very great scholar. He each shloka, he has given 7, 8, 10 purpose, explanations. Which line you want to give it. So, and is using very technical language. So I liked it, so I thought I should share that thing. And he's mentioned one other things. Order, they have two meanings. Order means sequence, and order means we are ordering something. So he is saying that for becoming desireless, we need not always give orders. No, this desire should not come. He is saying if we arrange our desires orderly, in order, like there are so many useless desires. If we make the order, put the desires in an order, sequence, using our intelligence, most of our desires will ultimately vanish. They are totally useless. We don't have to order that. No, this desire is not good. Only if we make orderly sequence, make it sequence, that desire will go away. You are getting, am I able to explain it? No. Order, there are two meanings of order. Yeah. One is to give instructions. Order means to give instruction. The other order is to make the things in a sequence, proper order. Who will sit here, who will say that order means or that order. So, it is not necessary always. We have to instruct our mind. No, you leave this desire. You leave this desire. Most of the desires will go automatically if we arrange them in a systematic way. Like today we have to do this, say 50 works, and we arrange in a priority basis. We'll find that only 5, 6 are important, 45 are not important. So most of our desires will automatically give away without making any extra efforts to control our mind and all that. If we orderly arrange them. Now you are able to... Yes. This order he has explained that thing out. He is saying, while we may need strong willpower to manage our strong desires, we can manage many other small desires just by carefully contemplating their priorities. And this, we heard this dharma, artha, kāma, moksha, religion, economic development, money, economic development, desires and moksha. This is not the ultimate. Those generally people means the meaning of religion is this: dharma, artha, kāma, moksha. These are sequence. We should do the pious activities. We'll get money. We should use that money for fulfilling our desires, and then we'll seek for liberation. But in Bhagavatam, Mangalacharana, shloka, first canto, first chapter, second shloka, 112. What is it say? This is Ketav dharma. All these things are Ketav. Bhagavata just throw away these dharma. Bhagavatam does not approve this dharma. They simply say, serve Kṛṣṇa. You have to surrender to Kṛṣṇa. No sense gratification and all these things. Whatever dharma should never be done for any sense gratification. And if by chance, by doing the least activity, we get some artha, money, that should never be used for sense gratification. It should be used in the service of Kṛṣṇa. So that is the real purpose of Bhagavatam and the real dharma. In 18.6, Kṛṣṇa says, Sarv dharman paritajya. He is not saying Sarv dharma. We literally say Kṛṣṇa is asking us to leave all dharma. No. He is asking us to adopt highest dharma. Dharma of the soul. All this dharma kāmān, which is the dharma of the body. He is saying to leave this dharma of the body. Adopt the dharma of the soul. That what is the dharma? Sarv dharman paritajya māṁ ekam śāranam vraja. That is the real dharma. He is not asking to leave dharma. He is asking to leave dharma of relating to body and adopt the real dharma. 18 points. What is the real dharma? Māṁ ekam śāranam vraja. And how can we do that? Manmana bhav madbhakto madhyaji mamashku. 18.65 and 8.6. These are two slokas. The sense of entire Gita he summarized in two slokas. All other things, he has explained so many things. Jnana yoga, karma yoga, dhyana yoga. Leave everything every side. Leave aside everything. Just surrender to me. And how to surrender? Manmana bhav madbhakto madhyaji mamashku. So this is the starting of this chapter. Bhakti, just a glimpse of bhakti we are giving in the second chapter. So what we have to learn what we have to see this, desirelessness is not possible. We have to purify our desires. And one more thing I have left that I want to discuss now. We should not be discouraged if we are not able to control our desires. Though this is not part of this sloka, but I am saying from other slokas, we should not be discouraged if we are not able to control our desires. But to fulfill our material desires, if we are not able to leave aside our desires, we want to fulfill our desires, we should not go to demigods. Even for fulfilling our desires, we should approach Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa. Shloka 2.3.10 Akāma sarva kāmo va moksha kāma udāradi Tīvana bhakti yogena bhajet yajet puruṣam param. So, even if you have desires, you should approach Kṛṣṇa. What example you can give? Dhruv Maharaj. Why he approached the Supreme Lord? To get the universe better than his father, the grandfather. So even if we have desires, first we should try to have no desires, only spiritual desires. But we are not so advanced. In the initial we may be having desires. So to fulfill our desires, we should never approach demigods. Kṛṣṇa will fulfill only that desires which are beneficial for us in the ultimate realization of Kṛṣṇa. And once we do bhakti, associate with him, our desires will ultimately vanish. So that this one more shloka is there. I remember that I want to write 2, 3, 10. There is one more in Canto 11. When I have to give lecture anything, either Gita or Bhagavatam, everything is there in the 11th canto, Uddhav Gita. Something is there about this, and that is a conclusive thing. So one shloka is there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That is very important shloka. Just as I have noted somewhere. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare 11.644. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I am not very expert in this PowerPoint presentation, so I have to take time and search these things.
Chapter 11?
11.644. Canto 11, Chapter 6, 11.644. Tav vikriditam Krishna nirnam padam mangalam karna piyusham asadya tejanti anyaspriyam jana. O my dear Kṛṣṇa, Uddhava is saying, O Lord, O my dear Kṛṣṇa, your pastimes are supremely auspicious for mankind, are an intoxicating beverage for the ears. Tasting such pastimes, people forget their desires for other things. If we just hear the pastimes of Kṛṣṇa, all our desires will automatically get away. We don't have to do any other efforts. Same thing, I remember another shloka 1-17. Shanvata sva katha Kṛṣṇa punya shravana kirtanam vidnot adantastodi abhadrani vidnoti svatsadam. As soon as one desires to hear about the pastime of Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa personally undertakes to remove all his dirty material desires. So we should not be worried about it. We just should concentrate on hearing and whatever sadhana bhakti we should do, and daily we should make 2-3 prayers. That is to get rid of our desires. Shiksha Ashtam, we are daily praying prayer 4. We should chant. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadish kamaye, mam janmani janmanishvare, bhavatad bhaktir ahetuki tvai. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying? I don't desire dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, na kavitam. What I desire? Ahetuki bhakti. Janma after janma after janam. Even liberation is not. Every janma, life after life after life. We should get causeless devotion of Kṛṣṇa. And one Prahlad Maharaj, when Nrsimhadev Bhagwan asked him to some benediction, he is saying no benediction. What he say? Yadi dashashi me kāmān vadamstam vadashabha kāmānam adhesandroham bhavatastu vanevadam. Lord Nrsimha, if you want to give me some desire, just remove all my material desires. If you want to give me any benediction, just remove all my material desires. These 2 prayers we should, whenever we have time, we should pray to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radharani, whoever wants to, and when all our material desires will go away. We don't have to do any other efforts. And just keep on our sadhana properly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. If anybody has any doubt, we can take 1 or 2 something. And if I have made some mistakes, please forgive me. And I'm thankful to all for patientful hearing. In spite of I'm not having so learned knowledge, I just try to, whatever Prabhupada said, I don't try to use my words. Whatever, anywhere it, Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, something mentioned, I try to repeat that thing. Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much for your beautiful class. I also have a question, but also some commentary.
Yeah, please tell me.
It's like this is like quite a heavy sentence if we say like don't worship demigod, because Kṛṣṇa also says in Gita like Devan Bhavitarina Te Deva Bhavantu Parasparam Bhavanta Shriya Pramapsat. We will get through that, and in Bhagavatam also in Kriya Yoga chapter in 11th canto it says we cannot worship demigod directly like as a supreme god, but we must worship them as a servant of God.
That is there. It is okay. My gopis worship them. Yeah. But for our sense get, I am saying for material desires, we should not go to them to fulfill our material desires. We can go to them to give us Kṛṣṇa, to give us Kṛṣṇa prem.
Yeah, that's why we should go there.
Yeah. I have said, don't worship demigods for fulfilling our material desires. They will fulfill. Then what do they? We will keep wandering in this material world only. And there are 2 ways. Even worshiping God is not bad, but it is not the best way. Chapter 7, chapter 9, so many shlokas, Gita are there. And this Vedas, 90% Veda deals with this karma only. How to worship demigods for meeting our so many desires. But as I mentioned, these are bodily desires. If you want directly go to spiritual thing, don't want to waste our time for gradual improvement. This is a gradual improvement process. This is not banned, but it is not the best process. To worship demigods is not the best process. If you want to go to 100 floor, then going by staircase is not very difficult. We may fall down or may not reach all. If we have a lift, why not go by to take a lift? If you have to go to the second, third floor, it's okay. But we have to go 100 floors. Kṛṣṇa, to get Vaikuntha Golok is not a very easy thing. If we go by this gradual process, we may take lifetimes, we are not sure. We have a direct process, lift, why should we not take that? That is the meaning of saying that we should not worship God. It is not a bad thing, but it is not the best thing. When we are coming to the best process, why should we take shelter of demigods?
Also there is like in Srimad Bhagavatam, in 11th chapter is there particularly how to worship Lord. So there's even Lord is worshipped there, so there's like behind this pillars are there a certain name that has, and also there's one verse is like after when we worship Lord, then after we should Shiva, Vidhi, Durga, Vinayak.
That I'm saying this, Abhi just I mentioned, after mentioning 700 shlokas, last 2 shlokas you mentioned, what you have to do? These are not bad. But if you want a direct thing, we want to realize Kṛṣṇa, want love of Kṛṣṇa, then surrender to him by manmana bhava mad bhakto. That is the thing. You can do that thing, there is no ban. I am not saying this is prohibited or something like that. We want a direct shortcut process which Prabhupada has given, that is bhakti. Kṛṣṇa himself has said, sarva dharman paitajya. These are the things he is saying. These are not bad. These are dharma. These are religion. But to get him very quickly and direct love without going all through this process, we should do Kṛṣṇa bhakti only. I hope this is sincere purpose. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.